Hey everybody, Radaman here. Thanks for tuning in to Oxygen Not Included. So we continue our little checkpoint gate transit tube project. I just wanted to go over one. VOD here mentioned that this mesh tile will kind of bypass my airlock. Yes, I know. We are going to fix that. Just like this. This will be little catch basins for if liquids do spill around our airlock, that we can remove the mesh and sweep it up. If it's high volume, we're screwed, but you know, whatever. In terms of heat, we have pretty much gotten rid of all the heat that I wanted to. I might make it a little bit cooler, just a little bit cooler, but for the most part, the Wheezeboards have done what they needed to, and pretty quick too. Pretty quickly too, I gotta say. It didn't take very long to cool it down. Therefore, I can safely say it wasn't a terrible idea. Now, I do have some other hot spots in the base, and one thing I was going to do is to get rid of this triage. Yes, I'm going to get rid of the triage entirely, and if we need it again, we'll place it again. In terms of duplicate skills, Dayman, let's get you improved digging number 2. So at this point, we have got our pretty completed power grid. One thing that I'm absolutely missing, and I acknowledge this, is we don't have treadmills. There are no hamster wheel treadmills here in this power station, and that's something we might want sometime in the future. So I'm just going to add some treadmills here. And one thing I could try to do is to beautify it, because our previous builds were not that beautiful. I'll just blow this up for now. Let's even double insulate it here. Down here, we're gonna have the plastic tile, and one of the things I was planning on doing, and let me try to explain as best as I can so that you follow along. This ladder is going to bisect the dock. Obviously, there's really no way around that. The dock is going to be here, and you need suits to continue all the way much further to the right. So as a result, this ladder, this plastic ladder that has been running as the spine of our base for so long, is likely going to have to move far to the right. One thing I do want to do is to, once I have the nature reserve set up, I want to utilize it better. I want to basically set up my base so that the nature reserve is heavily trafficked, because heavy traffic is going to make it worth building. I have no idea when the pips are coming, but what I could do is I could set everything up so that when the pips are here, we very quickly turn the nature reserve into the productive area that we're hoping it for it to be. One way to sort of force pips to put to plant seeds exactly where you want it is to put ladders down. I could even lower the priority of these ladders. Just, I think having the blueprint of a ladder is enough. But put ladders down so that only some of the soil is revealed, so that when I do have pips, they'll plant here, and then I can remove ladders as I go. The way that planting works is, I'm probably not going to get so far into those details, but essentially you're going, the way pips plant, it's best to plant from top to down, right to left. If you want more details, you could go to the wiki. That's probably all I'm going to say about that, because without pausing and getting into an in-depth pip, game mechanics video that would take me, honestly, far too long to complete, that is pretty much all I want to say about it. Now, we are going to get a lot of wet feet here as we set this up. That's fine. I'll take the morale hit for that. That's not a problem. So we'll be setting up transit tubes here, and then suit docks here. So let's start to get the suit docks. And one interesting thing about the suit dock is this might be my, like, completed final form suit dock, as strange as that might sound. I will try to have this be the endgame suit dock. one that does not continually get replaced. So 12 suits. And that leads me to want to put ladders here. I will eventually move all of the bedrooms and all of that stuff. But for now, I'm going to be leaving them in there. But let's get that insulator tile blown up. And those are my very many suit docks. Now, it's going to take a lot of time to build the suits and whatnot. What I would like to do is... So I have 6 suits over here. I would like to exosuit forge a few more suits. So let's get an exosuit forge. I guess I can put it here. Exosuit forges... Well, the issue I am having is the exosuit forges do take a lot of power. So I'm going to actually put it over here where I have a main line. Okay, so this carbon dioxide is going to slowly find its way to the filter. There was a comment about, hey, couldn't you use a oxyfern for this? I could, but oxyferns work really, really, really slow, so it would be literal ages before I managed to get rid of that cloud of carbon dioxide. It would be many, 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 many hours, because oxyferns are very, very slow. Even if I had a lot of them, they're still just so dreadfully slow. I'm not complaining about how they are. I mean, they're whatever they need to be, right? But they are slow. So one thing I might do, actually, is to... Let's use conductive wire. I'm going to put two transformers here. And the conductive wire is so that these suit docks can also be powered on. And let's get a second transformer. And we will set it up like this. I don't use a lot of conductive wires, so whenever I have the chance, I might as well, right? There. Something along those lines will be good. Okay. A ton of wet feet, but, you know, whatever. As you can see, some of the old wires are sort of low-key refusing to leave because I'm not painting over them properly. It's fine. They'll get the message eventually. And then, of course, we're going to want it to be supported. I'm going to trim off the corner of this bedroom just so that we can bypass this slowdown. And here, heavy wrought wire. And an exo forge. Accompanied with a wheezewort just to offset some of the heat it puts off. I am very much heavily invested in the use of wheezeworts. I realize. It's just the way it's going to be. So I do believe that I have a dormancy. Oh no, this isn't dormant. What is its pressure settings at? 4K? We could do 2K. And so far, that hydrogen hasn't dropped to a temperature that worries me for the petroleum. The hydrogen is not going to freeze out because the wheezeworts can't operate at temperatures that will freeze hydrogen, but they could hypothetically do that to the petroleum. This petroleum has a long way to go until it gets too cold. And all I have to do here is lower the pressure here a little bit, and the temperature of the gas outgassing from the hydrogen vent will have a much greater effect on the temperature there. Alright, exosuit forge is nearly done. And I'm planning on forging up about 6 suits. I have 6 suits from the old dock that can get moved up eventually. Okay. Animals, but not pips. It's fine. Doesn't hurt my feelings at all. It might be a while before I get pips. Alright, that's getting a little too cold. Because, of course, we don't want it so cold that our farm can't support plants, right? As much as I like adding Wheezeworts to chill things, there is too much chill. There is definitely can be too much chill. Speaking of which, let's get these Wheezeworts that were planted in the farm out and replace them with mealwood. Now that we don't have severe temperature problems in here. I might have to put the Wheezeworts back in here at some point. But it's easier just to temporarily install Wheezeworts from time to time than to be beholden to setting up a base-wide air conditioning system. It does look like I did run out of water, but it's going to be active in 11 cycles, so that might not be an issue in the long run. It's just during its period of dormancy, it drops a little bit, but not enough to worry me. Alright, so insulated tile. So instead of insulated tile, let me get rid of these ladders. I don't need to insulate everything here. Okay, there we go. Getting the power on. And then over here, I always forget where the nature reserve sign is. Is it food? I don't think it's food. I never remember. It's honestly stations, utilities. It's alright, I'm just going to copy the old one. Park sign. Copy. And paste. And then I'm also going to want a critter drop-off point for the pips if and when I get them. I did say if. I am no fool. I know it. It might not. It might be a while. And then this tile here will eventually be ladders, but until the pips plant the nature reserve, I have to close it off because pips will cling to. They will cling to the sides of walls and climb out and leave the area, which I don't want. Alright. Well, plastic ladders. I'm going to have plastic ladders go all the way up. What was this storage bin? Lead? Oh, for the tune-ups. This plastic ladder is going to get just deconstructed, and then for now I'm just going to have a plastic path here that will change in the long run. Okay, this is unreachable build, which is going to be a bit of a problem. I might have to... Hang on. Before I complete this line, I might have to remove some ore scrubbers and sinks, possibly, just to be able to access it. Because it's a higher ceiling than my duplicants can reach. I only needed one ladder, but whatever, I can have two. Okay, we'll get that set up. This will be my nature reserve, and then the plan is eventually to have the nature reserve have a sliver of it go up and down so that duplicants pass through the nature reserve when getting to certain areas. I'm going to enclose this in an airlock so I don't have to look at it. And then, of course, another thing I'm going to need to do is... Oh, wow. Oh, yeah, because there's no outlet. I'm going to need to set up a little bit more ventilation. I'm not that worried about deoxygenating the top space up here. There's just so much oxygen up there that I don't care, is the most honest answer. It is not going to be an issue for me in quite some time. Or for quite some time, I should say. So let's put a gas vent here. And then... this will get... this... Actually, it will be a little bit more elegant if I had this one do 6 and the other one do 6. So let's work on that. Oh, come on. Okay, that all can stay. This has to go. This has to go. And it will look something like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then this will go out there once it's broken down. And then this oxygen line I could dump here. And that way it will... actually, it should be 2 over. That way it will supply oxygen to the hamster wheel runners. If I have any. It's a big if, because I might end up not adding any more duplicants. Alright, there we go. All plastic, so we run faster. Now, you can also achieve the same running speed with steel, and steel is not as ugly. Or metal, rather. Metal tiles. I shouldn't say steel, because it's not actually steel. So I could do, like, you know, I could do gold, or copper, or something like that. So let me demo. I'm just sort of curious, actually, how pretty that is. I don't know off the top of my head, so... I will set, 1 token tile up for science. So, the checkpoint is not yet done, nor is the exosuit. I'm going to increase the priority of the exosuit, so we get it a little bit sooner. I still have some unreachable builds. Why? I might have to break down some sinks. And that will leak. Oh, actually, maybe it won't leak. So this is the... let's see, decor overlay. Yeah, that metal tile is pretty. It might be worth doing. For areas that are particularly ugly. I'm not really going to be able to add anything pretty. Oh, you know what? I could do crown molding here. That won't do much, but it will help a little. And then just being mindful, like trying to enclose spaces that are ugly like this behind walls helps a lot as well. So the exosuit forge. I might do 6 out of iron. And then, of course, I'm going to need some jet suits out of steel as well. Is this going to be unreachable? Oh, that'd be a problem. Well, I could get to it through the ceiling. It'd take a while, but I could do it. Okay, my hydrogen is now maxed. How is the temperature here? Okay, the temperature is a lot more petroleum safe, as I sort of expected by drying down some of the excess atmosphere. But it's actually full. It's about to overpressurize. Oh, it is reachable. Good. Oh, because this is 1 tile higher. Yeah, of course. All right, so we're getting forged iron suits. I'm going to be Iron Man. So 6 to one, 6 to the other. Let's finish the gas pipes. And something printable. Come on, pip. No pip. All right. Salt water will be able to get desalinated. And there it goes. The filtering desalination process. I know a lot of people think this is inelegant, but hey, it works. It works. It works well, too. Hasn't had a mistake in 543 days. So, I don't know. That's pretty good. That's a nice record. Alright, so I think that was the last, yeah, that was the last exosuit forge. Forging. I'm actually just going to get rid of it. I'll set it up again if I want it. We'll start delivering the suits. And then oxygen should start to, yep, there it is. Fill. Now as far as decor goes, lovely. It is a pretty little area there. And another thing I could do is go over to furniture and put like a metal gold sculpture here. Just so that it's extra pretty. So now we have a checkpoint, and the checkpoint works. And that's going to keep our feet dry going through here. I'm going to prioritize these cables so that we can open this up. And then also prioritize this sweeping. I have to make sure not to mop, of course. But, yep, we'll get the sweeping. And soon we'll be jetting around the map in beautiful fashion. Where'd all the other exosuits go? I don't see them delivered yet. I could just increase the priority of the delivery if it really is an issue. Let's do that. Please deliver. Now I know that, actually, you know what I'm going to do? Cancel, cancel, cancel. I'm going to deliver them over here so that the oxygen lines have 3 of each on each side for load balancing. I doubt it's going to become like an actual issue, but I'll just head it off ahead of time. Okay, so we're almost done. Okay, that is unreachable. Yes. I'm always bad at judging, like, how close I can get, etc. So hopefully those will help. And then this bad boy, this transit tube, this is going to need a main trunk line. Without any question. These things take a ton of power. And it's going to be a lot easier to keep them powered on if they're on the main line. Now, what you will see is my hydrogen and natural gas get used up a lot for power as we're taking transit tubes. It'll take a little while for the transit tube system to be transport worthy, because you have to have somewhere to go. You just tubes and tubes alone aren't going to use up your power, or transit hubs or whatever they're called, the tube access. Alright, so these are unreachable. I am going to have to destroy a sink. And that's okay. Alright, let's deliver the other suits. And once this is tidied up, we'll allow everybody to go out. So in this area here, this is not showing you that it's a nature reserve because there is no wild plants. I just want to make that clear that yes, this is not a nature reserve yet, but it will be eventually. It might be actually too low of a ceiling, if I'm being totally honest. So I can fix that now. Okay, awesome. Now, let's tidy this up. This checkpoint is sort of the last one to get oxygen. So we really do need to have our oxygen backed up. That's fine. If we take a look down here, we are cranking it out rapidly. So that's not so much an issue. Let's check it on our ranches. Critters 10. Oh boy. Alright, let's we're gonna get a little injured doing this, but let's... They're also... Oh, you're super old. A lot of them are really, really young. And then... remove. Okay, and the other ranches, 9 and 6. So we still need some regular, but the plastics, the glossies, can be quelled. Old enough. God, they're all sticking to the roof. The ceiling. I think they're all pretty young. I'm trying to see if there's like an older one that I can kill. Kill is such a rough word. Alright, there's 2. They'll have to do. Alright, so we're getting pretty close to having this checkpoint done. And then full transit tubing. There's really no harm in allowing this, or breaking down this wall. Now, I have to pause for just... Oh, you know what? That's not true. That's not true. I don't have the ore scrubbers up yet. And only one operational sink. I don't really actually care what direction they're going. If they're dirty, they should wash their hands. Alright, so, medicine, sink, and utilities or scrubbers. Alright, I'm very, very eager to finish this, because what I will do, once it's finished, is disable this atmosphere checkpoint, and eventually break down everything that's here, as it will no longer be needed. And that allows us to considerably remodel the base. What is the decor like here? Okay, just about maximum until we get over here. One thing I could do is copy and paste. There's no harm in having statues in this spot, because this spot is just going to be a sliver. Actually, no, that's not true. I can't put a statue there because eventually this will become a ladder. Possibly. Well, I'll fix it in the future if it needs fixing. Alright, so we're missing chlorine here, and that's because I stopped the pipes because I didn't want them built yet. So let's get those in. But the sinks are ready. And yeah, we're all sort of looking good. Temperature in the base. It wouldn't hurt for me to have some strategically placed Wheezeworts, so I'm going to go do that. It costs a lot of farming power to, like, run around and Wheezewort stuff, but, I'm fine with that. So any sort of hotspots we have, there's definitely, undoubtedly a hotspot here near a dining room, and that's not comfortable. For that, I think what I'll need to do is farm tiles, because there's not really room for planter boxes. My K-Cows are holding pretty steady, so it seems like this is basically an unfertilized dust cap farm about this size is all that I really require. What are you complaining about? Copy settings. Where's my other Wheezeworts? Here's one. Yeah, this hot pocket, This hot pocket down here is obviously gone and quite cold. In fact, we can get rid of these Wheezeworts. I might, just for completionist's sake, put one here. It's totally unnecessary. This is just me being neurotic, but yeah, that's what I do. That's who I am. Can't deny it. Just to get the last of that little temperature. Alright, there we have another genius statue. So you can see that helps with the overlay. It will get ugly, and there's really no way around that. But given the pride that I've taken into this project, I might as well make it as nice as it can. Is sort of the theory I have. So we could do quarter molding, or we could do hanging pot. I'm going to do a hanging pot and put a buddy bud in there. And they're hoping that the buddy bud protects me from unwanted slime lung. I mean, I highly doubt. I can't imagine a situation where that actually becomes an issue, but I'll do it anyway. And I can put one over here too. So, very, very, very pretty exit. How's my... Okay, so my chlorine... How's this on... Oh, I guess that is unreachable. Boop, boop, done. Let's get these 8. Finish up the cabling. Or the venting. And then we'll be all set. Little barbecue. And then over here, I'll just put Briar. I'll need one buddy bud for the floral scent. Now, because this is behind an airlock and behind walls, the floral scent won't carry over to this section. So there won't really be an advantage. I guess, actually, you know what I could do? I could just put one right here. There's a perfect spot for it on either side of this water lock, liquid lock. Because, of course, the floral scent can't go through a liquid. So this is It just actually demonstrates how hermetically sealed my base is. Technically, it's hermetically sealed. But I can put one on the other side that serves the same purpose. Fantastic. Wow, these guys are going far and wide for granite. Do I really not have that kind of granite in my base? I suppose it's been a while since I've done like a full sweep up of the map. Over here, Slime Lung has been conquered. Actually, I didn't even... So this is all new exploration that I wasn't even aware of. There is no extra volcanoes or geysers that I can see. There's some slicksters, a whole lot of diamond and iron and, you know, igneous. But nothing amazing. I do have, let's do Alt-S is the hotkey for that. I do have pretty much the entire subterranean map revealed, except for this little corner. And we already have a ladder starting to explore this. I'm going to try to stay away from the slime here, though. I have to crank into some slime somewhere, though. So I guess there. Okay. So that will be the last of all of the exploration required. Wow, I really destroyed this. I destroyed this biome pretty fully. There's still a little residual cold, but it's pretty gone. It's fine. No love lost. So the ore scrubbers are... Wait a minute. Why? Oh, because this is disabled. I forget why that was disabled, but I'll re-enable it. I think it was because I was rerouting the chlorine pipes and didn't want... So now these can scrub and wash, sink, etc. So we are good to open up this northern checkpoint and start with the transit tubing. With all of our hard-earned ranched plastic. I don't have a single petroleum press, so it is all the efforts of Glossy Drecos, and that's kind of cool. So, as you can see, the regular ladder and the fire pole are going to be a problem. The fire pole here, I don't know if there's an easy way for me to destroy this fire pole. What is it made out of? Gold amalgam? Ooh, I'm going to be reclaiming a whole lot of gold amalgam. That's at least neat. This was always sort of the plan, because once you have a transit tube, you don't really need other methods of transportation. Having a fire pole would be nice if we're going downwards, but, like, if it's in the way, it's in the way. So now we can get at, I'm going to disable, actually, clearance. I'm trying to think of the best way to, like, shut down a lock. And I think it would be to disable it and undock the suits. I also want a vacancy clearance. Let's deliver suits up here. So those copper suits or whatever they were made out of for the bottom lock will eventually be repurposed and moved up top. And then I think one way to do this, let me sweep, is just to physically block it off. To just build a blocker. Now, it might not be a terrible idea. If I build an automated farm, it wouldn't be an issue, but have a much the way that I have a micro dock for this ranch and the metal refinery, to have a micro dock for a slime farm or something like that. That could be an idea that we have sometime in the future for a build. Okay, I'm definitely hoping that my commute times get cut down. Okay, here we go. They delivered the granite. It's not yet constructed, but it will be soon. It's messing up my top dock. You really don't want two docks to the same place, like, ever. Because it gets real messy. It's just in my opinion, but it is really, really annoying. Alright, so this is now an unreachable build. That's because we don't have deliver suits up here. There we go. And now that is walled off. Which means that these Atmo, I can break down. We're no longer using this as a way to get out of the base anymore. Everything goes through the top. I have a little bit of an oxygenation problem. But I'm not fretting about that. It's actually funny that my load balancer now needs to work in reverse. I'll fix it if I really worry about this. So, how to destroy the fire pole without destroying other things. I think I'm going to pause and have them blow up the fire pole and then go to other overlays, like ventilation, and have them not do it, and then power, and have them not do it. I think this is probably the way to go. The easiest way to go. So just the fire pole, I think, is being deconstructed now. I hope, because it will get right messy if not. Because, yeah, plumbing is not... Oh, yep, there is one plumbing tile that needs to... Okay, I think we're good. And then I'll do the same, once that is set up, I'll do the same for down as well. So this is body temperature max. Okay, let's uproot you. What are you holding? Oh, wow, interesting. The phosphorite had germs on it. Kind of surprising, to be honest. So, are there suits that need to be claimed? I'm curious if at night the suit dock isn't full of suits. Then there's some things I need to do. Wow, that transit tube got built quick. All right, so let's continue the transit tube all the way up to the top of the fire pole. And this is going to allow us to get to space more quickly, right? Like when we want to go to do observations or whatever, we can do it very, very, very fast. There could be an argument for having a transit tube access here to allow it to stop here. But I might put it here instead. Something like that. It's going to be more useful if there's not just one place that you could go, but many, right? Like the more stops you can set up, the more functional your transit tubes are. So this area here is sort of a common spot that my dupes want to go for sweeping, for exploration. Well, I don't know. It doesn't hurt that much to put a stop in there. What about my exploration? Ooh, yes, we are making a little bit of progress here. I highly doubt there's anything like amazing hidden, but just for completionist sake, I will get that done. Okay, if we check the germs, there should be floral scent. Yep, basically, wow, that carried out pretty good. Now these bad boys are disabled because they're not powered in. That's on me. I'm just sort of curious where these guys go often. I think they're grabbing like granite or igneous. Oh my god, where? Oh, you're fertilizing. Yeah. The fertilization is going to be an issue. That's one reason late game to make like a functioning air conditioning system so that you don't have to run around and fertilize constantly. The transit tube access is going to make fertilization easier because we'll be able to get to far-flung spots of the base more quickly. But that doesn't necessarily mean that that's a task I want them to continue to do forever and ever and ever. That's a pretty dock. Alright, I'm going to pause and do the same thing I did over here. Now, the difference here is all of this could get destroyed. All of this is old docks that no longer really needed and therefore can get busted up. But let's go to the power overlay and not destroy any of this. Go to ventilation. And plumbing. I don't have any plumbing there. Good. So we're just getting rid of the fire pole. Alright, paddy wagon. Let's give you digging too. So Dayman and paddy wagon have the same digging. Great. Storbeck, you're maxed out. I don't need to give you anything. Bryce, you're maxed out as well. Okay, so we have a bunch of maxed. Their morales are pretty good too. So they're going to be very, very, very happy. But that's about all the time I have. So I have this episode set up. We'll be a nature reserve once I have pips. And, you know, I haven't set this up to be a pip drop. You know, I don't even know what a pip is. Oh, yeah, here, pip squeak. A pip squeak drop. But, yeah, so we set up a new dock. And we are going to work on dramatically revamping our base. I'm very, very excited about this. And then also, the next... So the things that you voted on was the nature reserve and checkpoint. And then the second highest voted option was the observatory and space. So that's what I'm going to be working on while doing some inner base stuff. Because not everybody needs to be working up at the observatory. If you have any feedback for me, let me know in the comments below. Thank you all so very much for watching. I love that you all contribute in comments and like and subscribe and all that jazz. It really, really helps, and I appreciate it immensely. I'll catch you all next episode. Farewell, everybody.